In today's Money Watch, we are talking about so-called estate planning. It is an important topic, and it is a topic for everyone, no matter your age or whether you have a partner or children. If you have stuff, this is for you. According to a recent survey, though, only about half of people think that estate planning is even at least somewhat important, and only about 1 in 3 have a will or a living trust in place. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here with what you need to know. Good morning. Learn something already. Everybody has an estate. It's just your stuff.
Yeah, that's it. We all have stuff, and there are 3 essential documents that make the passing of your stuff and your wishes a lot easier. Okay. The first is a will. Just says, hey, here's my stuff. Here's who it goes to. Okay. In that will, you get to name guardians for your young kids. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a will, guess what happens? The state where you live decides who gets your kids. Some of your siblings might be great parents, others not so much. You then have 2 other documents that are really important. One is called a healthcare proxy. I think this is vital. We just went through a once-in-a-century pandemic. Yes. Anyone can get sick at any time. You want to make your wishes known. You name somebody, your agent, who makes a healthcare decision on your behalf. And the last document is called a power of attorney. And this could be important if, like, gosh, I tripped on the street and I'm laid up in the hospital and I need somebody to enroll in my benefits for me. So you're naming someone an agent to make a business decision, a transaction. All of these documents, they have to be in writing. They have to be notarized, so no writing it on a napkin.
But I think people are reluctant, because no one wants to think about death, even though it's going to happen to all of us. Nobody wants to think about it. And you also think, if I don't have a lot of stuff, if I don't have a lot of money, why do I need to have an estate plan?
Right. And I think
you say to both of those?
Well, the most important thing is that we do all have stuff. And it may not be valuable, but it's valuable to someone in your family. So it could be that, for me, the most valuable thing in my father's estate when he died 9 years ago was his trading badge from the American Stock Exchange. It's a piece of plastic. Yeah. It had meaning to me. I want that, and I had it, and it's great. But what I think is important about having this actual instruction manual is it makes the disposition of your assets easier, but it also makes the process of settling an estate much easier. If you die without a will, you are called intestate. And that means that the probate court kind of administers stuff. And
so they get to decide who gets what?
Yes, and it's usually a preset formula. Like so it could be like your parents, it might be your siblings. Yeah. But again, some people are more able to handle these responsibilities than others. Settling an estate, going through probate, it's not a pleasant process. Yeah. But when you have a roadmap, it is much easier, and it helps avoid family conflicts. Think of all the stories we've heard about, oh, my friend's cousin doesn't speak to her anymore because grandma left
apart.
Right? And so that's why another reason we want it down in writing.
Now, some people might not have stuff, but they might have bad stuff. What happens to debt?
That's a great question. So the way we think about an estate is you have your stuff or your assets, and then you have your liabilities or your debt. And if you have enough assets to cover your debts, they get paid off after you die. If there's not enough money to cover those debts vanish. With a big exception. Hold on.
Okay.
They vanish?
They don't go to the kids?
No, because the big issue is if you have a debt that is co-signed or you have a mortgage, a co-borrower, that debt will not go away. But if you had a student loan and you die and there's not enough assets in your estate to pay off that student loan will be relieved.
Got you.
All right. So you can't write it on a napkin. You're going to have to hire a lawyer. That is an obstacle for people. Is there a kind of free, is there a quick, we only have 15 seconds, like a quick website or something?
So there are online resources. A lot of them are free, and you should just check that out. And if you have a complicated case, a second marriage, you have a lot of money, you're a partner in a firm, you should probably see a lawyer, and it will take some planning.
Jill Schlesinger, you're the best. We appreciate you.